Hello everyone, welcome to Miss Molecule classes. In today's video, I'm going to start with a new chapter, Redox reaction. To understand this redox reaction, we should first understand the meaning of oxidation and reduction reaction. This oxidation and reduction reaction can be explained based on three concepts. Under that, the first concept is classical concepts. So first we will start with about oxidation reaction. Addition of oxygen is oxidation. To understand this, we will consider an example when magnesium will react with the oxygen, it is going to form magnesium oxide. Let me balance this reaction here. 2 oxygen are there on left hand side, so let me balance the right hand side by 2. So here also it is 2. The second way of defining oxidation is that removal of hydrogen. Removal of hydrogen is also oxidation reaction. Consider example H2S, when it reacts with the oxygen, it is going to form water plus sulfur. Let me balance this reaction. So here it is 2H2S, 2H2O and 2S. So here you can observe that hydrogen from H2S, this hydrogen is being removed to give what it is, elemental sulfur. So removal of hydrogen is termed to be called as what it is, oxidation. And in the previous example, addition of oxygen to the magnesium metal, we are adding this O2. So addition of this oxygen is termed to be called as what it is, oxidation. So now we will understand the third definition for oxidation, addition of electronegative element. Addition of electronegative element. For this, I'll consider example. You should be knowing electronegative elements are such as fluorine, chlorine, bromine. It can be oxygen as well. So here I'll consider an example for addition of electronegative element. Take a sodium, which is electropositive element. To this I'm adding chlorine molecule, which is electronegative. It is going to form sodium chloride. So it is balanced, reaction is balanced here. Here too is balanced. Addition of this electronegative element. Which is electronegative element here? Chlorine is the electronegative element. We are adding this chlorine to sodium, which is electropositive. So this is also oxidation reaction. Consider the fourth definition for defining oxidation, that is removal of electropositive element. Now addition of electronegative is oxidation. So now opposite of that, which is removal of electropositive element, is also oxidation. For this I'll take an example where K2MnO4, which is nothing but potassium manganate, which is reacted with a chlorine, that is going to give potassium chloride and potassium permanganate. I am balancing this reaction here. You can observing I am balancing here this with a 2 and here it is completely balanced. So now what you can see is that the potassium is a electropositive element. We are removing the electropositive element by the addition of electronegative element, is also termed to be called as what it is, oxidation reaction. So next we will understand the meaning of reduction reactions. Consider the meaning of reduction reaction again in the same way. Okay, but this time this reduction reaction can be understood in such a way that it will be opposite of that of the word is oxidation reaction. The first one is that addition of hydrogen. Addition of hydrogen is reduction reaction. Consider an example for this one. We have to add what it is now, hydrogen. Take an example that take a nitrogen gas. For that we are going to add hydrogen gas, which is going to form ammonia molecule. Let me balance this reaction left hand side as well as right hand side. You should be knowing that this is nothing but formation of ammonia. What we are doing here is that we are adding this hydrogen molecule to the nitrogen. This addition of hydrogen to the nitrogen is termed to be called as reduction reaction. Second way of defining reduction is that removal of oxygen. Removal of oxygen is termed to be called as reduction reaction. I'll take an example. Zinc oxide, when it reacts with a carbon gas, it is going to form zinc and carbon monoxide. We are removing oxygen from this zinc oxide to form what it is here, zinc. We have removed oxygen from zinc oxide to give zinc. So this removal of oxygen is termed to be called as reduction reaction. The third method of defining this reduction reaction is that addition of electropositive element. We have to add electropositive element to a metal or any molecule or a compound is termed to be called as reduction reaction. Consider example where this mercury chloride that will react with the SnCl2 to give mercurous chloride, that is going to give SnCl4. We are adding electropositive element. The addition of electropositive element is termed to be called as what it is now, reduction reaction. Consider the fourth definition for reduction reaction, removal of, now it will be reverse, removal of electronegative element. Addition of electropositive is there, means it should be removal of electronegative element. For example, we will take this ferric chloride. When it reacts with a hydrogen, it is going to form ferrous chloride plus HCl will be formed here. Let me balance this reaction by 2 on both the side. So here, why it is ferric chloride? Because the oxidation state of Fe is what it is, +3. Here it is ferrous chloride because the oxidation state of iron is +2. Now, what I have told is that removal of electronegative element is termed to be called as what it is, reduction reaction. See, you can observe here there are 3 Cl are present, where in the right hand side, in the product side, there are 2 Cl are present. As I have explained in the previous, you can observe that Cl is a electronegative element. So one of the chlorine is being removed on the left hand side, and you can observe on the right hand side. So removal of this electronegative element is termed to be called as what is reduction reaction.